YouTube. Hanshi. Calendar. no, go, no, 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 um, um, no, no, um, no, 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 I will, you, no, 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 no,
Paramount Plus Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2 Episode 5 Review An Embarrassment of Dooplers. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Blogger, Doopler Radar. Imagine, if you will, an alien that has the capability to duplicate if embarrassed. Of course, the alien in question finds duplicating embarrassing, so they duplicate again. Eventually to the point where you could have a ship full of humiliated aliens. Because of that proclivity, they are known as Dooplers. So the trick is to avoid anything that might prove to cause a Doopler to duplicate. That was the task Captain Freeman and the Cerritos found themselves in. They were to transport one lone Doopler ambassador to Starbase 25. Seemed simple enough. However, because of the inherent possibility of Doopler fission, the crew had been walking around on eggshells, working hard to keep the Doopler emissary calm and together. So far so good. On the plus side, Starbase 25 was the home of the annual Starfleet Command Conference and its legendary after-party. Captain Freeman was looking forward to her and her command crew being able to attend that exclusive event for the first time. All they needed to do was get the Doopler emissary there in one piece. After that, it's party time. But as luck would have it, as they approached, Captain Freeman was telling the commander of the station how difficult it had been pacifying the Doopler, not realizing he had entered the bridge. Needless to say, finding out he had been a bother to the crew was embarrassing. So, he duplicated, and nothing is worse for a Doopler than doing that. So naturally, he did it again, and again, and so on, and so forth. But we'll get back to that. Crashing a party. Elsewhere, it wasn't only Captain Freeman who had designs on attending that party. Mariner also wanted to crash that shindig. But how? Come to find out, the solution also involved the duplicate. It appears that Boimler's transporter clone William had been invited to the party. However, he and the Titan were on the other side of the universe battling the Packlets. So Mariner schemed that Boimler could go claiming to be William and she could be his +1. All they needed to do now was sneak off the ship. And as luck would have it, the Doopler problem provided just the cover they needed to override the transporter and go to the party. At least once they found out where it was being held. It was always a secret. Rutherford vs. Rutherford Model 2. Make it a movie night. Full HD native 1080p Wi-Fi Bluetooth projector 9800 LM450 display support 4K movie $369.98 $480.98 The Wolf. Back on the ship, Rutherford and Tendi are working on a model of the Cerritos. This was a project that they had been working on for some time now. But as they progress, Rutherford is concerned that his former self was a better engineer than he is now. He apparently had left some notes on the model while working on it that the current Rutherford can't decipher. And it is driving him crazy that he can't figure it out. Of course, it doesn't help that the Dooplers are beginning to encroach on all areas of the ship as they continue to multiply. Soon, Rutherford and Tendi are being driven to higher ground to escape the Doopler flood. All the while Rutherford is having self-esteem issues. Abandonment issues. On Starbase 25, Mariner and Boimler arrive only for Mariner to be recognized by an alien that she had encountered before. It seems that she had stranded him on planet Ceti Alpha 4. Which to his way of thinking was way worse than Ceti Alpha V, although Khan might disagree. The alien, whose name is Melvis, pulls a gun on Mariner claiming to seek revenge. Boimler takes Melvis' side claiming that Mariner had stranded him too, on Rubicon 3. Mariner is a bit put off by Boimler taking Melvis' side, but she apologizes to Melvis anyway and asks him if he knows where the Starfleet party is. He claims to know and will tell her if she agrees to deliver some merchandise for him. A lovely collection of Commander Data bubble bath bottles. Who could say no to that? Although, could some of these actually be Lord Data's evil twin? Inquiring Boimlers want to know. Podchase roll call. As Mariner and Boimler use a ground vehicle to deliver Melvis's goods, she complains to him about spilling the beans to Melvis about her stranding him. That was supposed to be just between her and him. Boimler explains that he was just fooling around. Besides, she always tells embarrassing things about him. As she responds, the station police attempt to pull them over. Come to find out, Melvis had hidden Klingon disruptors under the bottles of data. Have fun in jail, he tells her. But this is Mariner. She immediately guns the engines and the chase is on. The real purpose of this chase is to give Boimler a chance to scream and announce every establishment or alien race they passed. Casino, barbershop, fine men's clothing, fish people, Antidians from St. TNG episode Manhunt, and Vulcans. They almost run over Captain Christopher Pike in his wheelchair. He keeps peeping no. Even caught a glimpse of alien that looked like Morn from DS9. Eventually, they crash into a now sudsy lake. Full of data, lore bubble bath. Mariner calms Melvis and threatens to tell the authorities about the disruptors if he doesn't tell her where the party is. Come to find out, it is in Ballroom Alpha, where all parties are held. What the? No admittance. Finally, Mariner is going to get to go to the hottest party in Starfleet. Except for one thing. She can't get in. Lieutenant William Boimler is let in, but Mariner is not invited because she is just an ensign. Disappointed, she tells Boimler to go on without her. He tells her he doesn't want to abandon her. She reminds him that he already had once, when he accepted the promotion to the Titan without telling her. Apparently she was still mad about that. He too was disappointed. Disappointed that she didn't support him in his promotion. Some friend she was as he left her alone to go to the party, seeing different captains with their number ones. It's okay not to finish. Back on the Cerritos, Tendi and Rutherford were trying to make an escape plan from the top of a shuttle as the nuclear waves kept coming. Rutherford was still lamenting that he couldn't seem to finish this model. He just wasn't as smart as old him. Tendi explained that he didn't understand. Old Rutherford never finished the model either. Every time they got close to finishing, they would start over. The idea wasn't to finish the model. As long as they looked like they were busy with it, people left them alone. It was their personal shield from the rest of the crew. Rutherford finally accepted that he wasn't any less an engineer than he was before, and they would use the model ship to escape. He opened the model to jettison the tiny warp core, which he then used to blast open a hatch near the shuttle's roof. He and Tendi leapt to the hatch to escape the Doopler crush. Of course, the Dooplers asked if they had left because of them, which caused more duplication. Who's number one? Mariner found a local bar to drown her sorrows when Boimler returned. When she asked him why he was back, he explained that as awesome as the party was, it wasn't any fun without her there to share it with him. He also apologized for leaving her for the Titan. He didn't tell her he was leaving because he thought she would try to talk him out of it. But he never meant to hurt her feelings. In fact, he didn't know that she had any. Mariner admitted that she does have feelings, she just doesn't put them on display for everyone. Why she makes an exception for him, she doesn't know. He considered and told her it was because she was his number one. Mariner quickly course-corrected him, telling him that he is her number one, and if he isn't careful, he might get bumped down to number two. However, she thanked him for hanging with her. Discussing out the Dooplers. Back on the Cerritos, the Doopler problem was nearing critical mass. Finally, Captain Freeman blows her stack and tells the Dooplers to basically shut the hell up. Upon hearing that rude comment, a pair of the Dooplers recombine. Freeman realizes that instead of being nice to them, they should all give the Dooplers a massive dose of shit. As the crew belittles, ridicules, and gives the Dooplers a huge piece of their minds, they steadily recombine until finally, it is just the emissary again. He has never been so insulted. He is going to his cabin until it's time to disembark, much to the relief of the crew. Now Captain Freeman and crew can attend that party. Except for one small thing, apparently they weren't invited. How rude. Kirk and Spock's bar. Back in the bar, Mariner and Boimler are still bummed about the party but are shocked to learn they were not the first Starfleet officers to be given the cold shoulder. The bartender points down at the bar and scratched into the surface are two names, Kirk and Spock. She tells Mariner they also were denied entrance to that year's party and they sat right there and drank. Well, Kirk mainly drank while Spock just watched, probably steepling his fingers and watching the show. Boimler was excited about that, being a geek about Federation history and all. As they contemplated this, Mariner noticed Captain Freeman and her senior staff sitting outside the bar. She invited them all in to see Kirk and Spock's bar. Soon, they were all having a good time, not lamenting not going to the big party. At least as much. As they themselves partied, the Doopler emissary came up to Captain Freeman and thanked her for resolving his issue. He admitted he really needed to toughen up. Then he asked if she knew of a place he could go to relax. She knew just the place. Deny her entry to a party, will they? She had him beamed right into the Starfleet party. When one of the officers rudely told him he was not welcome there, you can guess the results. Time for a beard. Meanwhile, Tendi and Rutherford had also come down to Starbase 25 to be at the bar with the others. Tendi presented Rutherford with a new model for them to work on and not finish, Deep Space Nine, complete with an Esri and Jadzia Dax. At the bar, Mariner called Boimler number 1 and he accidentally answered her. That was it as far as Mariner was concerned. Boimler was her number 1. Now he would need to grow a beard. And on the bar, right next to the names Kirk and Spock, was carved Mariner and Boimler. From the web, Hollywood pretty much dropped Jessica Biel, and it's clear why these Twitch streamers are stunning without makeup. The most expensive deals on Shark Tank, terrible endings that ruined movie masterpieces. What Queen Elizabeth really thinks of Kate as a successor. The tragedy of Mark Ruffalo just gets sadder and sadder. Video games you should never play in front of your kids. The actress who played Annie is drop dead gorgeous in 2021.